What's happening guys, Dan Debenham here, and today we are taking a closer look at the Feiyutech G5 3-axis and handheld gimbal. It's designed for GoPro 3 and up, the Wacam 4K and the AEE. So it works with all those. So let's have a quick look at what we actually get. So I've got one of my older handheld GoPros on here, and this is the gimbal itself, as you can see. Take a closer look at it now. It comes on with a little button on the side, which then auto sets itself up, and you can twist and turn the gimbal. If you twist and turn the handle, basically the gimbal follows the direction of that handle. There is also a few other modes on there. There is a little button that allows you to do a selfie mode, so you can flick it straight round 180 degrees. As you can see, I'm just doing that right now with this gimbal here, flicking it round, and then it comes back to its original starting point. The gimbal moves left and right, keeps it quite nice and level. It's forward and back, keeps it nice and level. There is also a mode on the gimbal that allows you to press, and it will then lock the gimbal in one axis. So no matter where you turn your hand, no matter what you do with it, it stays pointing in the direction that you are traveling in. So basically that would be pointing to the front. There is also a small 4-point joystick on the back, which allows you to operate the gimbal manually, so you can alter the angle of the gimbal. So in this instance I am pushing that up, and then when I go to move the gimbal about, it stays in the same axis till I click the button, and then we're back to being a auto follow gimbal. What I've also got here is with this, I'll just turn this off a second. What I've also got with this gimbal here is it comes with a pouch, which is a neoprene pouch, which is not fantastically great. It's not the worst pouch in the world. It does keep it safe. It is fairly well padded, enough for if you drop it, it's not going to damage the gimbal, which is perfectly fine. It's a nice little touch that they've given us there. And they also include a further weight, and the weight is designed for the 5, 6 and 7 GoPros, which are slightly heavier due to the inbuilt screens and so on and so forth. And that is basically added to the side of the system here. As you can see, I can unscrew this one here, and you can add another gimbal weight onto the side there, and then transpose this back onto it. Let's dropped it, and then that goes back on like so. And as you can see, if I let go of it now, it points straight upwards because it's massively heavy compared to the Hero 3 Black that I've got on this here. One of the other things I did actually buy was this pole, which is basically like a selfie stick, and it allows you to lock it into certain places. It has 3 options, 3 arms basically, so you can lock it in with 2 arms, lock it in with 1 arm, lock it in with a multitude of the 3. And basically what that does is, it's just a twist lock. It's not particularly technological. Basically it adds to the bottom of the gimbal, so when it's switched on, it's a little bit longer. You can hold it with 2 hands, which is quite nice actually. It's quite nice to be able to hold it there with 2 hands. When you're using it, moving it back and forth, but it also allows you to extend it out, and that's it fully extended. As you can see, I can push it towards the camera, and it is sat quite a fair distance from me, probably I would say around about, maybe with a full arm stretch, maybe about 1.5 meters, maybe 2 meters, and that is basically a little bit, gets you a little bit more height. basically that is pretty much the whole system. There's not a massive amount to it. It is a pretty simple system to use. It's nice and compact. It's nice and well made. It is all made out of metal with a sort of nice rubberized grip on the bottom. The system that holds your camera in place is just a simple bracket with screws on the back, which basically are tightened up by hand tightening, and from that point on you're then good to go. If you have got a GoPro that's got a screen on the back of it, the bracket may hinder that viewing of that screen a little bit, because it does reach around the sides. There is a point on the back for you to be able to push a USB cable into it, and then that can run round and into your GoPro, and that will actually charge your GoPro from the gimbal itself. The gimbal battery is sort of a proprietary mid-size, I would say sort of like an AA battery but slightly thicker, and has got a good amount of charge to it. Charges very fast and works very well. That is of course rubberized and weather sealed, so it wouldn't get water in. It is splash and water resistant, let's not say waterproof. If you're out in the rain in it, it's probably going to hold up okay. If it gets a little bit wet, but I wouldn't get too mad with the water on it basically. It also has another item here which it can attach to it, which is basically allowing you to stick it on a pole like so you can have it way above you, and then you can have it facing downwards like so, and that will then allow you to move it along on its axis there. Charging wise, it comes with a cable to charge it and has a little rubber door at the side here, which is plugged in via USB, and it does not come with a plug to charge that with, so using things like your Apple phone charger, etc, etc, we've all got these things lying about all over the place. It expects that you'll have one of those, and as such they include a cable but no charger with the device. Anything else that comes with it? The one I particularly purchased, that came with a cleaning cloth, for a glass cleaning cloth for a lens. That wasn't particularly good. It left quite a few portions of the cloth on the lens and ended up cleaning with a proper lens pen, etc, etc. I thought I'd give it a try and see what it's like. That was very good. I would throw that away. But overall, for the price, £275 I think it was at the time that I bought it. It is a very good gimbal for that price, compared to say the DJI Osmo or the GoPro's own version of this particular gimbal. I would say that this gimbal, this Feiyutech one, is probably a little bit better than GoPro's own version. It also comes with an app that allows you to control it remotely as well, so you can set the speed of the turning of the gimbal and the follow turning. You can also alter through the app using a virtual 4-point joystick, which allows you to then move the gimbal back and forth, left and right, up and down. That can be all done from within the app as well, which is quite useful. It doesn't have the ability to show what the camera is seeing, but then majority of these things don't anyway, and as with all GoPros and those kind of action cameras, what it's pointing at, it is pretty much going to capture with the width of that lens. So I hope you did enjoy this little look at the Feiyutech G5, and as I say, my advice would be, if you are in the market for something that needs stabilisation, like some of these older GoPros, then because they're not at 7, which has got inbuilt stabilisation, if you're in the market for that, then yes, I would wholeheartedly recommend this. Having used it for a couple of months on a couple of different things, different jobs that I've done, and it has stood up to the test of time. It does work very, very well. If you did like it, please do like and subscribe below, and I will see you guys next time.